On a Singer 400-500 series, there are two adjusting screws that adjust the amplitude of the lateral and up-down movement of the dog feet. In other words, if you notice the dog feet are kicking the plate, and my recommendation is for this test to move it to the longest stitch, the longest setting, so the largest amplitude of movement. So if you notice the dog feet are kicking the plate here, so when you rotate the hand wheel, you notice at some point it comes really close or maybe even hitting the plate. And the same when it goes upwards, it may kick the plate from underneath. The reason is these two screws here, this one and this one, are not correctly adjusted. Maybe someone did work on the machine, put them back in place and did not adjust them properly. So let me just show you more or less the way to adjust these things. So basically we have a screw, which is a flat screwdriver. It's really difficult to reach because it has an angle. And what you want to do is to hold the screw from rotating and use a wrench to unlock the nut on the other side. I'm not sure the size of the nut, perhaps 8 millimeter, but I'm not sure about it. And this rod here, the one towards the table, this is what sets the amplitude of back and forth movement. So if it hits the plate at the front or at the rear, this is the screw that must be adjusted here. I'll show you in a second. This other one, so you have kind of the two rods which are connected to the dog feet. This upper bar here, or if you are in the middle of the machine, this is what it's adjusting the up and low amplitude of movement of the dog feet. And now I did loosen them. And so now this knot is loose, it's not tight, and you can, let me just show you a little bit the rotation. Notice how this piece will actually move up and down. I'm not moving the hand wheel, it's really just the piece here. And by the way, this one you need to remove the motor to have access to it. I believe this one, not sure, but this one for sure the motor is right here. The motor has these two connectors to it. The red one it's at the left, but it doesn't matter if you just interchange them. There is also a bracket. May look at the other videos showing how to remove it. So if I just rotate, let me try to find this lever. So if I'm rotating, notice how this screw actually has an offset to it. So notice how, let's rotate the other way. You notice the movement of the black part with respect to the silver one. This is actually adjusting the amplitude. Obviously you can go all the way, all around. So now I'm going to rotate them and look what's happening to the dog feet. Let me try to film it from perhaps the side. I'm not moving the hand wheel at this point. So this is adjusting the amplitude of the dog feet. Basically what you want to do is just move. This time I'm going to move the hand wheel, move it until it's kind of reaching the end of the amplitude of this side and then on the other side, and just make sure, adjust it from here, make sure it doesn't touch. You may also try to center it, but at least I'm going to rotate the screw. It goes too close to the plate and now it's farther away from the plate. And now I'm going to rotate the hand wheel to check it doesn't touch the plate. I think I went too much on the other end, so let's try to rotate it the other way. Okay, let's turn the hand wheel now. So it has gap at the front and it has gap at the rear. I did show you for the translational movement, and with the other screw you adjust the up and down movement. Now the plate here, it's all the way down, so this is going to be how much the dog feet will rise, and if it rises too much, it kicks underneath the plate with the bracket from the dog feet, so you don't want it to rise too much. And also it's not needed to rise too much because you will force on the presser foot, so you just need to adjust it the same way as the translational movement. Just be aware of this. Again, if these two settings are poorly adjusted, the dog feet will kick either the front, either the rear of the plate, either underneath the plate. Either it will not lift high enough when the plate is fully lowered. The dog feet may even not show up above the plate level and grab the material or advance the material. So if your material doesn't advance when the plate is all the way down, this is the screw that needs to be adjusted. And again, you just hold it with screwdriver, you release the knot, and when you tighten back, when you tighten it down, when you secure it at the end, you need to keep the screwdriver into the slot and do not rotate the screwdriver. The screwdriver will stay fixed and you are going only to tighten with the wrench the side of the nut while making sure the screwdriver doesn't turn. Don't forget to grease these gears, right? Put some grease on them. Many people forget about this. Not oil, no oil on metal gears. Always a sticky grease, and really just a bit so it doesn't spray it around.